think I need to turn. Definitely prevent. One moment, please. Well, it looks better. Hopefully it won't get set again. I have the setup all wonky wonky. Seems better. Let's get to it, chat. How come I do it this late? Oh, that's a good question. Just like cooking at night. Plus, it's going to be an overnight project, so it'll be ready for lunch tomorrow. Just good timing. I've been doing a lot of tech stuff, and I needed a mental break from the fiddling, so I thought this was a good activity. Do some food prep. We're back. We're testing some new stuff here, so we're expecting it to be a bit buggy. This is boggling my mind. Done heaps of testing offline. I go live, nothing works. Oh. We'll do some experimenting, see if we can make it better. Oh, now we have other issues. No, it seems to fix itself. Let's try that for a little bit then. And also we're going to put some butter in there. like Haver's pie. Mmm. That's indeed what we're gonna make. Slow cooking goodness. This will be lunch tomorrow. How are you doing, my queen? Did the excellent smells wake you up?
Heard you. I want to say hi. Now go back to bed.
Sleep well.
Excited to eat clothes.
No smooching as I'm sure. Like that. Evening Jack. Where did my TTS go? I don't know if this TTS feature allows you guys to hear it too, or if it's only for me. I think it's for the both of us. I'm not sure though. I am. I don't know what hard drive spaces, disk spaces models there are, but it sounds like you went reasonable. Maybe 512 is the biggest, but you know, that was a lot of peppers. Now we've gotten most of the moisture out. We get some serum. That's pretty high. I think a fold is fantastic to use. I don't know. Never actually seen one in person. So the logic is the shelf life is so much longer that the overall waste, because the extended shelf life is better for the environment compared to producing the peppers and shipping them and then having them go back. If that is true or not, I don't know, but that's what the producers say. Hi, Nana. Oh wow. I don't know what you're doing. I mean, these are greenhouse grown, right? So the electricity went into these. It's probably worse for the environment than the plastic they surround. If they never go bad, well, then that's one thing. But as soon as you have to throw one out, the plastic is nothing. And I kind of believe it. But it's not like I've done the math. You know? Well, I preferred if they didn't have to do it that way. Yep. It's all getting recycled on our end, at least. Yeah, I think so too, Jack. But don't know enough. I mean, you know, I feel like I do enough in that I am conscious about how I drive. I hypermail. I reuse shopping bag for plastic, and then bought a shopping bag in probably 7 years. And I sort and recycle everything to a point that is almost silly. So I'm pretty happy with that. That is extremely likely indeed, Jack. That would be shocking to me. It's all trade-offs, right? There is no environmentally friendly way to be alive. What's Nana doing? These paprikas are most definitely from the Netherlands, speaking of terrifying. Have you grown them for us? Ah, say hi from me, okay? Red bell peppers. Lovely. That's so decadent. bell peppers are, well, like 4 times more per kilo, 3 at least, compared to normal red peppers. Oh wait, aren't these bell peppers? I might mix them up with the pointy type of peppers, which we also have. Oh! Yeah, I mixed them up with the pointy type of peppers. In my head, you know, I'm also talking in my head. Okay, we didn't have any right now. You have to imagine. They're like sweeter and we use them like for salads or on top of sandwiches, stuff like that. These are like $7 a kilo, and the pointy type is, I don't know, 140, 160 per kilo. Point pepper, yeah. I'd buy that. Sounds reasonable to me. You don't know you can tell the sex of a paprika based on how many lobes they have inside? I can mix these up now, but I think the female has 4 lobes and the male has 3. It could be the other way around, but yeah, that's how peppers work. I think 3 lobes are male and 4 are female. Females are more complicated, you know, and I say that endearingly. Yeah, that's the best part about the capital. Like, I lived 2.5 years or so, almost 3 years in Stockholm, and sure, I had my favorites. But if I was in the mood, there was always something new. I see the like the electric one everywhere now, Jack. In magazines and real life. It seems like a popular buy here in Sweden. I'm not saying like I see more XC40 Recharge than I see Teslas. But you know, I wouldn't say it's far off. No, he's getting. He has a Passat, and he's upgrading, well, replacing it for a Volvo XC40 Recharge. So, what is your Passat? Like a 2016, 2018? Going to a brand new one? Brand spanking new, ordered from factory. Cheers! Dual motor, long range. I don't know if it's called that, but top of the pack. Dude, now we need a lot of garlic. And I mean a lot of garlic. 2 heads maybe? I had 1 head last time, and I'm gonna admit that I could have had more. So let's do 2 heads for this one. It's about the same size as batch. Come closer, chat. Try a smash technique. I want to keep it neat. Since this is boiling overnight, I'm going to keep all the oils in the halves. So I'm just going to remove the roots and then rough chop it. So my favorite way of doing it is to cut the root and split in half. That makes it so easy to peel. Tends to be no pulling, just peeling, which I like, especially when doing volumes like this. So I batch, go through them, cut off the root, put it aside. And then I'll put down the knife and separate the 2 halves and get the peel on. I find that to be a pleasant method. Like if I'm pressing it or if I'm dicing it, that's how I do it. I mean, sometimes I do this method even if I'm say pressing it with the edge of the knife into paste, like if you want really fine, without using a garlic press. You can honestly just mash it into a paste that is equal or better than a garlic press. So I find garlic presses being one of those tools that is a nice to have, but definitely something I can live without. Oh, well, I can tell you what I throw in, not volumes, because that's yeah, I don't even know volumes. I didn't count the peppers. I feel like you can't really go wrong. It will be tasty anyway. So you can use any sort of beef for it. You can use the cheapest cuts. Just dice it. The better the cut, the larger the pieces I do. Like if you have a nice piece of meat, then 2-3 by 3 centimeters is. And then the main heroes, right, is the meat, the peppers, cumin seeds, and garlic, water, and tomato sauce. You can use bouillon and stuff if you want to, but it is literally that simple. Beef, peppers. I mean, garlic and cumin. Tomato paste. And any combination of these ingredients will be glorious. And then spice you add up to like, depending on how much spice you like, right? So you can use fresh red pepper, like chilies, or just chili seeds, or cayenne pepper, or Carolina Reaper, whatever you feel like. This is a dish that doesn't have to be spicy, but again, if you have cheaper meats, which is normally what you use for goulash, right? That's the stuff that you don't want to do anything else with. If you're butchering an animal, all the shit is what you make a goulash with. So then if it's bad flavor, spice makes it better. And I love spice, so can't go wrong for me. And then you can have this, if you want to, you can have it ready in 2 hours. But it will be better up to 24 hours. And again, the worse meat you have, the longer you have it, the better. Like, the more you make up for it. You can't use too much peppers. It's just a budgeting thing. If peppers are in season, like now, then use all the peppers. I think it's like 3/4 of pepper compared to beef. So it's significantly more pepper than beef. If I were to guess, somewhere between half a kilo and 1 kilo of beef, and like 7-8 peppers, 2 heads of garlic. You can add half a tube of tomato paste. And you boil it in water. Add cumin to taste. This is a lot of garlic. Ooh. This is gonna be like portion-wise, maybe 6 to 9 portions, depending on how hungry you are. You can absolutely have a slice of bread to goulash, in my opinion, and then of course it lasts longer. Last batch we ate it just as is, with some creme fraiche. Glorious. Oh, the garlic is immense right now, and I mean that in the best of way. Jeez. Right. We're getting ready for some cumin sticks, maybe. And you can add this how early or late you want. It doesn't mind if it's simmering with the food the whole night, or if you put it in the last couple of hours. Should do. Let's put in some more base spice like black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika powder, and umami. Such. Now you might think it's unnecessary to have garlic powder and onion powder with the amount of garlic I have. It's such a different flavor with the dried stuff and the fresh stuff. But I like to always make a little mix of it. Cayenne. Chili flakes, I think. I'll make it too spicy. Water. Half a liter or something there about. Oh, I don't think this is probably going heavy on the tomato paste actually. I think I had like half a tube last time. Let's do 3/4. Can smell that there's room for more black pepper. You know, a tablespoon or so of sugar. You can use brown or molasses or whatever you want. But like all the seasoning I'm putting in now, like none of that is necessary. It's just how complex do you want it to be? Well, the spice is just right, I think. I mean, the flavors are going to develop at night. I think they're just right. Some soy for some richer saltiness. I think we're going to do some regular salt as well, but that's going to be final touches. The Worcestershire sauce. Some fish sauce. I think this is actually squid. No, it's just a brown. It's fish sauce. Just umami. Oh, and that thickens up. It's going to be so nice. I think we absolutely nailed it, just like that. I'll admit that this is the second time in my life that I make a goulash. Before, I've eaten it like 10, 15 times. This is only the second time. But it's a fairly basic dish, so it's like you can, depending on your level in the kitchen, right? You can start off by making just very, very simple with ingredients, and this is going to be nice. I'd argue it's about an hour of active time. We've been live for 55 minutes. So, I mean, if I weren't streaming and I was just cooking, and if we didn't have tech issues, yeah, easily an hour of active time. Because now we're done. Let's just clean up. It really is that simple. And then tomorrow, before eating, we'll taste, final tasting, see if we need some salt, spice levels, because that we can add in the final stages. I bet some MSG would be sick in this, but it really has space for MSG. Gonna add some butter. Because when has butter ever made anything worse? Taste that. It's already tasty. So what's going to happen overnight? The beef is going to basically fall apart like pulled pork. And right now the flavors are just right, but it's a liquid. Tomorrow it's going to be a little thicker. We're probably going to add more water as it reduces. But the final result we want is not fully sauce, but somewhere between a soup and a sauce. So it's like it doesn't stay on the spoon; it still drips off, but it has thickness to it, and that makes the flavor just dangerously tasty. And the paprikas are just gonna completely boil away. Like maybe the big pieces will still be together, but they'll basically be just skins. But all the flesh will be dissolved. And if you don't want that, one thing we can do is you can take like half and half. So you put in half, let it simmer overnight, and then you throw in the second half or second quarter or whatever an hour before serving. So you still have some crunchy or more texture bits and some of those completely boiled bits. But I like it overnight, and it's better for flavor. So that's what we're doing. Like if you don't like soy sauce, salt is just fine. I like soy sauce a little bit as well because it makes the color deeper. Plus a wider flavor profile on the salty side rather than to just use salt. And since we don't necessarily want it to reduce, I'm going to turn the temp down now because I feel we have enough. Do we? I'm going to add half a cup more of water so we know we can make it to the morning. And we'll write a little note for Siri to check it. Let's turn it down to 5 and see if that's going to be good. Because we just want it to be simmering. It doesn't have to be violent at all. Check on it in half an hour or so. Oh, there we go, Chan. If I was a professional chef now, for a professional cooking show, I would have a pre-made one from yesterday that we can pull out and we can finish off and serve. But we're not. I'm just a man in my kitchen cooking food for my family. So you'll have to check in tomorrow. If you're checking in tomorrow, noonish on Siri's stream. Link is in my description. I was going to say in my title at Siri here on Twitch. You're going to see her reaction to this, and you're going to see her eat it. She already knows I'm making it. I started making it after she went to bed, but she woke up half an hour or so ago and came down and saw it. So she already knows what's happening. Otherwise, it would have been a surprise tomorrow morning. The surprise is not why I'm doing it this late. It's just I had energy and I was a bit brain tired. I'm fiddling with a RL streaming setup, and my brain got tired and I wanted a break, so I took the opportunity to cook this. For us, this will only keep a couple of days in the fridge because we'll eat it. But you can probably freeze it and have it for 6 months. In the fridge, I mean, I haven't double dipped any utensils or nothing, so it should be very little bacteria in there. So I mean, a week or two, a week at least, in the fridge. keep the cumin out in case I want to add more. But as it stands, I'm pretty happy about it. It was about 3-4 teaspoons. So that should be plenty. Has it come up in temp now? Still very slow. Can give it an 8. You know, I added water and reduced the temperature at the same time, so a bit foolish of me. I wanna stress the meat a bit. You know, I want it to be close to its limit. I want it pumping, working hard. Oh, listen to me chat. So it can't be too much. I think it is, but now it's bubbling, so let's go back down to 6. That was my intuition, so let's keep it up. So other than the tech issues we had in the beginning, I am enjoying our setup. So this is TeamViewer. I have my chat here on the side. If I had a vertical monitor in my office, this would be even better, because then I could use it in vertical mode and have, like, you know, the preview here or whatever in the big chat window. It works pretty good here in landscape mode as well. And why do I bother with TeamViewer? It's because I'm in love with this chat feature. This is Twit Chat. It's called Twit, like a tweet. I don't know. Let's see if I can click somewhere else. So here you see Cerbis, for example. Yeah, only ingredients and how long it cooks, etc. And that's like a red little arrow. That means it's a new message, the steps. And if it was any other Twitch app, it would come out as 2 lines of text with Cerbis name. But because this app is so flippin' amazing, like you see here for Jack's message, can we see if we can make it not highlighted? There we go. It's 2 messages. You see a little red arrow. Am I showing it correctly? Hope I am. Yeah, the little red arrow means it's a new message but from the same person, so it just puts it together into one message. And that alone is a reason for me to use it over, say, when we are out and about IRLing, we're using StreamBuddy. And it's pretty neat. You can scroll it like this. Large chat. It's nice. Uses much less data than using TeamViewer, but now in the home, data is not a problem. So then I prefer this chat. It's just absolutely fantastic. And if I have the touch input mode set to touch mode, I can still can I not 2-finger scroll? Oh, actually 1-finger scroll. Yeah. Super nice. But I prefer using the mouse mode, where it's like a big touchpad, so I can, like, really zoom in on things. And the view just follows the cursor. Cool. Any questions? No? The camera we've been using today is just for testing purposes. This is an iPhone 15 Pro using continuity camera wirelessly. Let's turn off that, but leave the fan on. And let's go to the studio. So yeah, continuity camera is flipping amazing. You kind of need to have a pretty good Wi-Fi system. I'm not gonna lie. Or be very close to your computer, I guess. This tripod is too big for this. One moment, please. Right. One cool bit is that, how do I show this? A mirror. Yeah, but that's what I have TeamViewer for. Well, it's part of what I have TeamViewer for. Because I'd rather have wireless anyway. I mean, not really, but wireless is fantastic. So, yeah, I can see myself here. And the delay is so short that it's no problem using it for a viewfinder. I don't know, maybe if I film like this, you can see the delay. Like we're talking almost nothing. I guess if I zoom in here, hold on. There we go. Like how much longer the delay is in TeamViewer compared to it is on the screen directly. I don't know, hard to display, but it's very good. So yeah, I think it's better. The battery life is fantastic. It's only 2.5 watts of power draw from the phone. I agree on that. At the same time, I love that you can just lock the phone so the screen is completely off. Then you go down to that sexy 2 watts. Oh, what I was going to show is that you get, and this is, Jack knows this, but for those who don't know, you know, you get leveling, right? So it doesn't matter if I hold the phone vertical. Let's see if I can film, right? Or if I'm holding the phone sideways or, you know, upside down. It doesn't care. It's still level. And that's pretty neat. That makes it very easy to film. Hard to fuck up. And, oops. The cool things you can do is you can activate the center stage. So I can be over here. I wonder if this works with a picture. I wonder if it's like, is this John Travolta? Can you see? Will it think it's a person? And want to bring it into frame as well? No. It does not care about John Travolta. But I could fool it. This is so silly, but hold on. I'll probably put it somewhere smart. Look where that is. I swear I had a big portrait of myself here a moment ago. But I'll put it somewhere, I don't know. Whatever. You guys don't get to see that demo. It adjusts depending on if you're 1 or 2 people. So if you're 2 people, it's like zooms out. It's pretty neat. This may be the most useful feature though, overall. Like if you ask me, to be able to put out fireworks. If it wasn't like I am the only one who could trigger it. No one else can do it. So if it was like you can do donations and then this happens, it would be pretty cool. This is the main camera instead of the ultra wide for center stage. Pretty neat if you ask me. Boop. There's more reactions, like nightclub vibes. Hoots. It's like so dumb. Why do you need it? These are like sort of Apple is thinking you're going to use these when you're in a Teams meeting. So it's like if someone has a bad idea, it could be sad, melancholic in a storm. Yeah. Very little usefulness. Having a bit of flickering issue. I think it's from the ceiling lights. One moment. Ooh, I'm orange. Come on, white balance. No. Yeah. I don't know what frame rate is running, but not the good one. But, I mean, if you don't have a fancy camera, but you have a nice phone, This feature is flippin' amazing. I think so. You can zoom. Wait, went the wrong way. Chat, remember this is a mobile phone I'm using as a webcam. That's pretty neat. I don't think it ever switches to the 3x lens. I think it only uses the digital zoom. Still, pretty good. Chat. I am gonna spend the next hour or so before bed putting this single board computer inside of a temporary case. You guys have a good night, okay? Yeah, I think the image is, when it's good, it's on par or better than a fancy $6,000 mirrorless camera. Especially if you use cheat features like this one here. This one is pretty big, and this mirrorless camera doesn't do, like an Instagram filter, but it's tracking me, right? So it's like you're setting up this professional lighting that focuses on me and make the background less saturated. Because if we turn it off, you can see there's a lot of green tint in the walls, right? But with this on, they become gray tint instead, which both color and also a little bit vignetting and brightening my face focuses the attention to my face. So it's both color and light that just boosts up on the face. So I think it's pretty neat. Oh, and the blurry background. Not a fan. This is the lowest setting. You can go. This is the highest setting, and this is off. But if I'm using it, I'm using it on the lowest setting. Highest, lowest, highest, lowest. It makes more difference if you use the wide angle lens, I guess, since it has. It doesn't have as shallow depth of field as the main camera. Because then it's no filter on max. That's pretty big. Like if you just want to blow something out, like full screen like this in a Twitch stream, it doesn't look the best. That I have to say. But it's for a Zoom call, it's fantastic. And how do these features stack up versus using something like NVIDIA Broadcaster? Well, I don't know. Like this one, I think is huge, the studio light. I think it's absolutely huge for making the picture look attractive. I'm just dragging the end out for no reason, John. If you're a tech nerd and you've enjoyed this last little segment, then you should definitely follow my channel. It's way more tech nerding than cooking. But there's going to be cooking going forward as well. And a lot of family content. Thank you for watching, everybody. Jack, I'll see you in a month. Is it a month? It's a little over a month. And I am hella jealous that you are going to... TwitchCon in Las Vegas. If there's a location in America where I would like to go to a TwitchCon, Las Vegas is high up there. Like, it's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe for sure. Take care, everybody. Take care, Kyber Spy.